What are we looking at today? The Lego message board? 1 to 5 people build together. No, I won't be doing that. This is set 41839 and it's basically a Lego version of one of these light boxes. I guess I should have made a shorter name for my YouTube channel. Anywho, maybe we can do one out of Lego, which, I mean, presumably this can be any length I want. So let's open it up and see what you actually get in here. How many letters can you actually use at once? And is it worth the price tag? I did get this at about 25% off, so it wasn't too bad. And I think I've got a few uses for it, so let's crack into it. So this set is of course very different to most that you'll see because look at this, no numbers on the bags. Haven't had a Lego set without numbered bags for a very long time. And as well as the standard sort of instruction book, you also get fold out ones like this on how to make each letter. So there are 4 of these that do different letters, as you can see. And on the back of this one you've got how to put accents. So yeah, it could be a bit more time consuming than I was hoping for. On this front page here, well, there's actually a couple of other pages before this telling you about the set. Well, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory really. But it says here, before you build, open one bag at a time and sort your bricks into small bowls before you begin. It makes it much easier to find the elements you need. That sounds annoying. That goes against the way Lego's been for a long time. It takes it back to the old school way, I guess. And when you have built all the letters you need, go to page 58 for instructions on how to combine your letters and assemble your display. I was hoping they were all going to clip together themselves rather than have to have another whole framework behind the letters. There's also a sticker sheet, which is of course always disappointing for these sort of Lego emojis, I guess you'd call them. Right, I guess I better open some bags. It's hard to know which bags you're meant to open first, really, you know. You do need to open them all up because that's the first bag I opened. Just some white plates, some black Technic pieces there, and a small bag. Second bag I opened, just those basically, and a small bag. I'm guessing these are pins. And same again here, basically a small bag and an assortment of bits and pieces that need to be sorted out. And I've still got a lot of bags to open, so this is going to get really big and bulky and messy pretty quick. So as you can see, I've got some red tubs here which go inside another organizer. Hopefully I can fit them all in there. I'll see you when that job is done. Sometimes you really have to question the decisions of the Lego group. Why did they put a bunch of these in this bag and a bunch of them, like a handful in this bag, and there'll be some in some of the other bags no doubt. These were through multiple bags. These were through multiple bags. One bag had just 2 of them in it. Why not put them all in the same friggin' bag so that we don't have to do all this sorting shit beforehand? Come on. Wouldn't have been that hard to put them all in the one bag, would it? Just a bag just full of those. Wouldn't that make your lives easier too, guys? And oh, still a couple of clear little bags in there. Not everything's paper yet. So many different parts, a lot more than I thought there was going to be. I need a lot more different boxes. I should have started with these little orange ones. I've got a heap of those, but yeah, there's just so much stuff. All the small ones in the end, the small bags, I just tipped into trays. I can't be bothered sorting them. There's just too many different parts. A lot more than I thought there was going to be. So now I'm going to make some letters because I'm bored with doing this. This is not a fun Lego experience. Unless of course you like sorting similar types of Lego pieces. Lots and lots of them. How many pieces is this? 1,743 pieces. And no real instructions. Just make some letters, I guess. Let's do it! See if you can guess which word I'm trying to write here. So I'm doing 3 S's. This is sort of the base that you start with, and you add a few bits and eventually you end up with that. So I picked this particular word because it's got a few double ups with letters, 3 S's for instance, and a few other double ups and a few different letters just to sort of see if there's enough pieces in the set. There is 34 of these back plates, so you can only make a maximum of 34 letters with the set. If you had 2 sets, of course, you could build a ton, or if you just need an extra letter, you've got some of these kicking around. These are what, 6 by 8 plates, so if you've got some of those, there's a good chance, depending on which letter you're making, that you'll have enough other pieces to pull it together. Most of the letters seem to start with this white border that's pretty much the same as this, with a 4x1 top and bottom and an 8x1 up each side. There are some exceptions, some of them have different pieces, but that's a fairly common setup. Once you've made the letters, of course, you can keep most of the letters made up and just swap them out when you need to, pull them apart when you need to make another one. But otherwise I would have sort of 34 letters hopefully made up all the time, and you can just try and make as many words with that as possible without having to break up too many. Or maybe if you just add a few more letters with some extra pieces from other sets, then you might be able to have it so that you don't have to change it around too much, because it will be a bit of a pain in the bum, to be honest. That's right, the word was of course sausages. So we've got our word now, we need to make it stand up. And I said there was 34 of these base plates. Well, there isn't, because 4 of them get used for legs. So you've actually only got 30 to make letters out of. So anyway, we've got a couple of these, but how do we get that to attach to this? Well, we need this. So you need to just make this up depending on your arrangement of letters, how many you've got. There is also supports to go on the back and stuff, but I don't think it really needs that, to be honest, not for this single word like this. If you're stacking lots of different things up above each other, then maybe you'd need it, but anyway, I'm going to bung them on here. As you can see, I have put some studs in. If you don't like Technic pins, then this is not the set for you. So basically that's going to go on like that. Boom, boom, boom. Was that even in shot? No? Let's try a bit better then, eh? I should look what I'm doing. So anyway, pretty basic. I need to put some more pins in those. So there it is. Sausages. Why sausages? Well, I'm going to put another couple of words above it as well, which I'll do shortly. And once I've done that, I will show you. I'm also going to use this in another video. That's why it's sausages at the moment. I'll check back to you once I've done that and made a few more letters and had a bit more of a play with this thing. It's a bit of a weird set to review because it doesn't have any linear flow. When you look at the manual basically shows you how to do this and various other ones. If you flick to page 58, just shows you the layout of lots of different tedious, boring sayings. There's always room for ice cream. Home sweet home. Today's gonna be a great day. Happy 10th birthday. Etc, etc. And half of them are not in English, so it's interesting. Everything is awesome. Yeah, etc. So it just shows you how to make the backs for them basically. So once you've got your letters, you can just make the scaffolding to attach each one. Some of them are pretty full-on scaffolding wise, as you can see with that one. But once you've got the hang of it, you shouldn't really need the book. I mean, once you know how many letters you've got, you just make them all in a row and stick them together. I mean, it's pretty basic. Yeah. Anyway, I'll make some more words. That's better. That's what I want. Now you can see I've put an exclamation mark on the end here, and I put a bit of a gap in because I just thought it looked better, because it kind of looked like an eye or something on the end. It looked a bit weird, so I put a gap just to make it stand out a bit more. And I did that just by whacking a couple of the Technic bricks. Do you call these bricks? What are these things called? Anyway, the modern Technic ones, and I put some of the green ones there as well. I started going down here and then I decided there I should put that one over there as well, I suppose. Because that's just, I mean, it doesn't really need it, to be honest. It's pretty rigid without it, but I thought if I pick it up from the top, maybe it'll fall apart. According to Lego, according to the manual, this should all be covered in scaffolding basically, but it doesn't need to be. It's strong as. Anyway, so what do you think? Is it worth it? What do I think? Well, it's hard on the fingers. It's so much just pushing on studs, pushing pins in. Yeah, so not that much fun to do, to be honest. But the end result is kind of cool. Don't know if I like the color scheme. The brown, you know, the beigey brown's a bit boring. If you changed all those out for different colors depending on what you wanted to do, red, black, I think black would have been better than what it currently is. And also the white, there's so many different whites on here. I know Lego, you know, everything's perfect. You know, it's so expensive because we spend so much time getting everything right. There's so much quality control, blah 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 blah. There is so many different whites. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but on these bases in particular, the white of the base plate is different to the white of this brick, which is way different to these corner ones. The corner ones are really yellow, and the whitest part is this brick here, which is very different in color to everything else, but you probably can't tell that on the screen. So many different shades of white, and it's only just come out of the box, so that's disappointing. But overall, I mean, it does what it does, you know. I don't know why they... Oh, I missed a bit up there. Not sure exactly why they've put these on every one. I think this is just to stick emojis on. Haven't gone through and had a look at the stupid emoji thing yet, but I think that's all that those are really for, and to just have a bit of continuity. But you could go through and just replace all those with flat tiles. Same with these ones down the side with the studs on if you wanted. Lots of those could be swapped out for flat tiles if you don't want the Lego stud look. But if you like the Lego look, then it's perfectly fine, of course. So, cheers for watching. Please check out some of these other videos that pop up on the screen, and please consider hitting subscribe and like and all that stuff, and I'll see you on another Lego video very shortly. It says sausages. If you know, you know.